Hey guys, welcome back to the show. So today we are going to talk about content repurposing and how does it work in a content marketing agency. So I'm going to give an example of a client that we are handling right now for content marketing, content repurposing. So let me tell you in short, how it works in a content agency is that it's not just about SEO or any particular social media. It's about creating content, repurposing content, or let's say distributing content, and then going forward and marketing that content. Okay, that's the three stages of content, and we are going to just talk about how mind-blowing content repurposing can be. And I wanted to record this podcast with actually a guest, but she was not available today, so I thought that let's go ahead and tell what kind of things we do in a agency or marketing agency when it comes to just a small part of content, which is content repurposing. Okay, so I'm going to take a example of a client that she's a female client who talks about nutrition, or her services are related to nutrition. Okay, so what is content repurposing? It's a very underrated skill in market where you can purpose one piece of content into multiple places and distribute onto the multiple places, and then repurpose it again and again and create a multiple content channel with just one piece of content. And I'll tell you how it works. So let's say for this particular example, we tell our client to record 1, 2, or maybe sometimes 3 videos a week. Just 3 videos a week. One video is somewhere around 10 to 15 minutes each. Okay, she records those videos and talk about nutrition. Sometimes we give the topic, sometimes we tell them to go ahead and choose the topic of your own. Now that's one YouTube video. Now what we do is that one video which is recorded maybe 3 times, 2 times in a week, we take that one video, that video gets shared on Facebook and YouTube with proper subtitles. Then that video goes ahead and gets shared with let's say on that gets cut into 2 to 3 videos that is of 1 minute. Okay, and we are talking about horizontal videos only right now. Okay, so that gets cut into those 1 to 2 3 minutes videos, and those 3 videos get shared on Instagram on separate days with proper context. Okay, so it should make sense. It's not just random 1 minute, but that video also gets shared on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook page, everywhere else for the client. Those are just three videos that is of 1 minute, and obviously we put subtitles over there as well. Then the long video again gets repurposed into a IGTV video. Now we are talking completely into a vertical video zone. That video gets cut into reels, TikToks, maybe stories, because nowadays like Instagram stories, other than Instagram stories there is Twitter stories, there is LinkedIn stories, and a lot more platforms. YouTube Shorts is a new platform where you can use stories as well. So those gets converted into vertical videos and shared on all these platforms. So that IGTV video gets cut into 4 or 5 pieces. Now when we talk about cutting these videos, you can cut it from anywhere, but that's called republishing. When it comes to repurposing, you need to make sense out of those videos. Those videos need a lot of editing, and also we do have an amazing video team which takes care of all those editing, and there is a proper team and softwares. Obviously there is a lot of softwares we use, but we use proper subtitles towards that. And that's not just it. So we go and take the audio of that video and make it into a podcast. And as you guys might know, a podcast gets submitted to, I think, 20, 30 above podcast aggregators. Let's say I personally record my podcast on Spreaker. So Spreaker automatically shares my podcast on a lot of aggregators, and you can already like sign up with a lot of aggregators like Apple, Google, Spotify. These are major ones, and there are smaller ones as well. So you can submit one podcast or one piece of audio to 30 different websites. Now that's called content distribution on the scale. And not only that, that video, if client is into SEO and into blogging, for this particular scenario, she have a good traffic blog on nutrition, so that also gets converted into a blog. Now that is not just a manuscript or transcript of a blog, that's actually gets into a very well written blog by our content writers, and then it goes into I think keyword research, and we take out the keywords and make it a very interesting blog, giving CTR or click towards their money page. Okay, sometimes we just internal link in towards money page, so that's something that we love doing. That blog also gets published or also gets cut down into a shorter version of blog, which becomes a Reddit post, a LinkedIn post, and a Quora answer. Okay, now again, think about it. That's just one 15-minute video, and client just gave a huge piece of information, and we are just promoting the client and doing all kind of content repurposing. This is not even content marketing. We are not marketing the content. We are just publishing it on different platforms in different ways. That's what content repurposing is. Now, that one blog also gets cut into 5 to 10 different tweets, and that gets scheduled throughout the week. So the client also gets active on Twitter. And this is not even half of it. Like, there are so many things that we can do with one piece of content, just one video. If the client is a really high paying client, like this one, we also create infographics out of it. We submit them on Pinterest, Facebook, LinkedIn again. And let's say the client have given 5 best fat loss tips. That 5 best fat loss tips needs to be converted into so many different pieces and needs to be submitted at so many different places. And this is just the content repurposing part. So when it comes to content marketing, we have to now use different metrics for Instagram, different metrics for, let's say, LinkedIn, or different metrics for Facebook or other platforms to amplify that content so that it reaches more and more people. Not only that, you have to go ahead and reply to every single comment that is coming on that, every single emailer that you are getting. Oh, by the way, I totally forgot before we end this podcast, that content also becomes a newsletter and go to all the emailers or email IDs. That one I forgot to write, but yeah, that one goes through that. So that's one piece of content distributed on various channels, and that's how we come up with content repurposing strategy. Now there are clients where their audience is B2B and just hanging out on very specific platforms. You don't need to publish the same content on 1,000 different platforms. It's very, very specific platforms they are hanging out on, and we accordingly make the strategy. And this is the part where it comes. And some clients are comfortable with video, but some clients are not comfortable with video. Then we go with audio marketing and then repurpose it into that. And some clients are just comfortable with writing or giving us guidelines. Then we go ahead and create content on their behalf. So yeah, that's how content marketing works. That's how basically content marketing agency works. And this is the best kind of, let's say, guide you can find on internet on content repurposing with using a very practical example. And I hope you guys are loving the podcast or the video version of it, which is not published yet. So audio ones will always get it first. But yeah, if you are, wherever you are listening to this, just go ahead and subscribe, because even I don't know where all the places I'll be publishing it. Subscribe, follow, get connected on social media. I'm posting, let's say, a lot of 1 minute clips on social media regarding the same. Those are like 1 minute marketing sessions, or in 1 minute I try to teach a unique marketing skill or anything related to marketing that is going in the world or this field. And yeah, let's get connected, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.